Hey guys, welcome back to Everything Plants. Today I'm going to be propagating my Sansevieria Whitney and I'll show you why right here. I noticed this a couple days ago, some new growth popping out through this side. It's literally trying to bust out through the side of the pot. I'm going to show you the two methods of propagating a Sansevieria, one by leaf cutting and the other by plant separation. Another option, but I'm not going to do this, is to obviously repot it in a larger pot. I like the kind of little decorative pot that it's in right now, so I don't want to repot into a larger pot. I simply want to chop this one up and put it in a different pot and put it somewhere else, or maybe I'll sell it. I can have multiple plants, whatever. Okay, so obviously the first thing is you want to take it out of the pot, so give it a good squeeze. This one should come out pretty easy. Just tip it over. Just pop it out like that. Okay, we'll set you free here. You can already see this one's pretty floppy, so I'm just going to take away some of the soil here. I'm going to try and keep as much of the roots intact as possible. You want to find the little side shoot that connects these two plants together and then just simply cut it apart. So I just flipped the plant on its side here just as it's a little bit easier to see. I picked away some of the dirt here, and this is the side shoot or rhizome that connects to the mother plant, I guess. So this is the area that you want to find, and this is where you're going to make the cut. So you can use, I'm going to use a clean utility knife, or you can use some pruning shears and simply just snip off this side shoot. Might damage some of the roots, but just make a clean cut, just like that. Might have to untangle some of these roots a little bit, but you probably will damage some of them, but just try and keep all the roots intact as best as you can. Just something like that. Generally, I would say not to reuse the soil taken from an I guess original pot, but I'm kind of running low on soil, so I'm going to be reusing it. Just going to add a little bit of soil to the bottom here, and then just put the plant back in the pot. Okay, so yeah, just fill it back in with some soil, pack it down. Doesn't have to be anything pretty, just make sure it's standing upright. And then we'll move on to the single leaf cuttings. Okay, for the leaf cuttings, just get a single leaf and just slice it off. I'm just going to try and get this one without damaging the other leaves. I'll just do it like this. Just kind of come back. That way I'm not damaging the plant. Just slice it off just like that. I'll set this one aside and I'll pot this up in some new soil here after I'm done this project. I'm just going to cut the end off here. So when you have a single leaf like this, you can just place this entire leaf in water, or if you want to make more cuttings, so like this, you can just literally put in water and it should grow roots from the bottom here. But if you want to make, I guess, multiple plants from this one leaf, I would suggest maybe cutting this in half. So that's what I'm going to do with this one. I did water propagate some of these in the past, but they accidentally got thrown out. So I'm going to try it again, but I do have one that's been rooting in some soil for a while, so I'll show you that here in a second. But I'm simply just going to cut this in half. So you want to make sure that you keep the bottom end kind of at the bottom, and same with this one here. And I've seen some other people do some cuttings like in a V, so I'm going to try it with this one. I'm just going to cut the bottom. I don't know why. I don't know if it roots better that way, but I'm going to try these two methods, one with a straight cut and one with this little V cut, and then I'm simply going to put it in some water, but I think this is too much, so I'm going to have to pour some of this water out, but stand by. Okay, so something like this, just enough water just to cover the bottom of the container. Just like that. So I'm not too sure how long these ones have been rooting in soil for, but I know it's been like months, and I have it in a bright area and finally getting some roots and a new little growth. Like, look at that thing. It's taken a long time, and I guess to give it some credit is I did propagate this over the winter months, so now that spring is just around the corner here, getting tons of new growth. So the soil method has definitely worked for me. This one has some roots. I don't know if it has any new growth on it yet or not. So Definitely has some roots, but no new little stems. Now I'm going to pot this cutting up into some soil. I'm just using a smaller terracotta, but you can see I pushed it to the back just so that it gives this rhizome some space to grow. And for this one, I'm simply just going to use some cactus succulent mix, as it's a fairly well draining soil, and I got to use this stuff up. So simply dump it in, make sure it stands upright, and then I'm going to give it a good thorough watering. And this project is pretty much done. It's really easy to propagate these. I was expecting maybe a little bit more quicker growth with the soil propagated ones, but I'm curious to see how fast the water cuttings will root. So that's pretty much it. And now I'm just going to get my little watering tray, give it a good soaking, and same with the other one too, give it some water. Not only are these plants super easy to care for, it's a fun project where you can make multiple plants just from like one plant purchase, and that's what I did with this one. I purchased this one, I think maybe a year ago. I've already propagated it once prior, and I did a plant trade with someone, so same process as this. I just literally cut off a little side shoot pup and traded for a plant, and now I've done a couple leaf cuttings. I've propagated again, so you can see just how easy and quick one plant can turn into many plants just by chopping it up at home. So that's going to be pretty much it for this propagation video. If you have any comments or questions, please leave it down below in the comment section. Thanks for watching this video. I appreciate all the ongoing support. I think, like I've said before, some of my favorite comments are when you guys let me know how your propagation projects or plant care stuff goes after watching my videos. I really enjoy those types of comments. So thanks again for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye.